Over the last 5 years, I have created multiple 5 to 6 figure Etsy stores. And we currently operate a service that thousands of other Etsy stores use to fulfill 3D printed parts. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 3D printing businesses that you can get started and actually make some money from. So number 1, essential oil stands. This store has sold 175,000 products over the last little while. But the one we want to focus on are the actual essential oil stands. They're currently using Himalayan salt rocks to drill out round holes in order to organize essential oil bottles. This is something that could very easily be 3D printed and could create a lot of value. You could use metallic colors like gold and that kind of thing in order to create versions of these stands that weren't possible before. They have to drill into a rock, but you can make a little pebble that holds 2 stones, a bigger one that holds 6 or 10 or 15, and go on from there. So you're able to use the advantages of 3D printing to create large numbers of variations. The rock is being sold for about $62. You could sell a 3D printed version for somewhere between $29 to even $49, depending on how specific and useful it is. And you can change to different forms of rocks in all of this. And it looks really, really good because 3D printing actually has kind of a naturalistic look to it. Number 2, bathroom organizers. These are not used often enough, but so many advantages can be had from them. Inside of our teleport app, there are actually suction cups, so you can make lots of different organizers that can be attached to tile inside of a bathroom or inside of a shower. You can design the 3D prints to have good drainage underneath, and you can create a lot of artwork and stylistic differences so that people can actually have it match the decor in their house. A lot of these organizers that are out there right now are very generic. They're injection molded or wires, frame stuff or whatever it was. But you can make it look like a fish that holds a shampoo bottle and a toothbrush. You can have it sit in a corner and have them stack and have them modular. There's just a lot of variation that you can create there in order to create a product that's really unique. And people are always searching for these bathroom organizers. If you can make one that is targeted towards a specific niche of people who want a conch shell that can hold a shampoo bottle and then can mount up to a tile, you can produce that. And it's not very difficult to model. You can take existing 3D models and then basically pull a negative out of them to just cut out a spot for the suction cup. And then they can be printed and shipped right to the customer for you. Number 3, ping pong accessories. So ping pong is a popular sport. This is one of those niches that you want to target. People who like ping pong want stuff for ping pong. There's SEO terms that you can target, and again, problems that you can understand. Generally, this is the type of business that somebody who likes ping pong should start because you actually know what the problems are. But the example we're going to use is actually one from Unnecessary Inventions. He is a YouTube inventor who generally creates stuff that's just for fun, but he has one example of he just needed an organizer again for all of his ping pong stuff. Hold 3 or 6 balls, they're really handily, and keep all the paddles laid out. If you wanted to expand this even further, you can make it customizable to where like the individual slots for the handles are labeled, so folks' special handle can go inside of there. And again, you can create a lot of variations in it. Oh, solo ping pong organizer. Well, 1 paddle and a couple of balls. Or 2 teams, or holders that screw up underneath and there's a little shelf that organizes everything. But ultimately, you're creating a very customized solution for the problem with ping pong. And since it is a ping pong related item, it's really easy to demonstrate with some very simple videos of just loading it up, pulling it out, and then playing ping pong. And if you're good at ping pong, that helps create a good video. So you naturally have some really good social media content marketing capabilities there. And again, you can just sell it on Etsy. Number 4, gag gift trophies. Again, there is a metallic gold inside of Teleport so that you can have metallic gold items printed. And here at Slant 3D, we have produced lots of trophies for people. But it's low-hanging fruit. Things as simple as like March Madness trophies and that kind of thing can be made really easily to where you can mess around with different jokes and memes and prizes. You can create trophies for categories and events that never existed before. And it's not just like some generic silver guy on top of a plaque that you carve out. You can actually make something interesting. You can have a full football and a deflated football. You can have the front of the horse and the back of the horse. All these ways of messing around with it. And these are actually very simple to create. You can basically find those items, find 3D models of the trophy icon, like the football, and then basically just put it onto a generic trophy base. This is really simple modeling. Anybody can learn to do it. And then you can kind of do some test prints if you have your own printer, but you don't have to. Anybody who's not into 3D printing can do this. But then you're actually able to potentially engrave names. If you wanted to, you could create a generic trophy that's like a participation trophy and just create 100 variations of it with a different name on it. Joe, Smith, Sally, Sue, so on and so forth. so that all of them are there to be selected from, and you're not having to customize for each customer. So that gives you a lot of selection, again, a lot of SEO, and it's something that people want. Other trophy businesses can do multiple millions per year, and they're doing it with generic trophies. 3D printed trophies are kind of underutilized when you can create so much more variation and, again, address a lot of niches. You could create a ping pong trophy, a soccer trophy, a fireman's brigade trophy, a gamer Pac-Man champion trophy, whatever it is. These really, really specific things that otherwise would never have an item that was so specific to them. And that lets you stand out when they're looking for the trophy for their event. Last but not least, bath bomb molds. There's powder that just is effervescent and has some essential oils in it, and people press this powder into a shape that they want, like a heart or a cube or a sphere or whatever it happens to be. Again, though, the molds can vary based on what they're intended for or the interests of the person or the style of the person. So the bath bomb molds can be really, really useful because you can create all these different niches. This bath bomb company is selling thousands of these things. And again, you can focus on particular holidays so that people get what they want. Or you can make one that's a fish or one that's whatever shape you want to choose, a jewel, so on and so forth. Again, really, really demonstrable. You can make great videos of the different forms doing it. They're very simple to create, except for the fact that you gotta be aware that, is it moldable? Is it a thing that will come out of the mold? Because you can't have like some kind of curly octopus inside of there. That just doesn't mold. But it's something that people are really interested in, has really high margins, and you can create something that nobody else can create, because large variations of these molds can't be done with anything else other than 3D printing. So it's really good margin, lets you, again, use the advantage of 3D printing of just creating a lot of versions of it. And this is the fundamental business model point of all of this. 3D printing lets you create a lot of options, a lot of SKUs, so that you can test what people want and then focus in on what is selling the best and then create some variations of that. And that is the evolution. It's how we all came to be here. So it seems to be working pretty well. Just do it inside of your business. And 3D printing enables that way more affordably than any other option that's ever been available. If you liked these business ideas and you want to hear more, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and we will keep on making these videos showing you other awesome 3D printing businesses that you can get started. And if you want to get one started right now, but you don't have a 3D printer, go ahead and check out Teleport over at slantpod.com, and we will just print and ship the items straight to your customers for you. Have a great day, everybody.